guys, welcome to Prediction Time. Today we'll be previewing round 10 of the A-League. I'm really looking forward to it. Let's just get into it. First game in this round of fixtures is a cracker of a game. On Friday, 7:50pm Australian Eastern Standard Time, Melbourne Victory host an on-fire Wellington Phoenix. Wellington Phoenix emphatically extended their run of wins against a poor Brisbane team who were battered 4-1. Melbourne Victory dropped points in the Melbourne derby thanks to Dario Vidosic's 92nd minute equaliser, but Ola Toivonen scored again while the star of the show, Keisuke Honda, was rested. Wellington Phoenix attack has also been on great form, scoring 10 goals in the last 4 games. Roy Krishna is 4th in the top scoring charts, and Sarpreet Singh has gone under the radar, scoring 2 in his last 2 games. With both teams in such stellar form, it'll be interesting to see how they get along. With both attacks on fire, I think this game will be a high-scoring game and will unfortunately end Wellington's unbeaten run. I think the game will finish 3-2 to the hosts, Melbourne Victory. Saturday kickoff sees Sydney FC play the Brisbane Roar. Sydney FC come into this game high on confidence after their controversial but positive result against Perth. While the Brisbane Roar haven't been having the best of luck with results, I remember at the start of the season watching the roundtable on Fox Sports, and they were talking about how no controversy around the Roar should allow them to make a push for top 4. But this season really hasn't gone to plan. The Brisbane Roar have to be really careful they don't spiral out of control, as the Mariners looked really good in the F3 derby and could start picking up results. So if Brisbane Roar don't pull in their finger, they might do the impossible and, get this, finish below the Mariners. Steve Corish has picked up his first win against one of the top 2 teams. The only way I can really see Sydney losing this game is through complacency. I think Sydney will beat Brisbane, but they won't batter them to the extent Wellington did last week. I think Sydney should win this one easily, 3-1. McDonald Jones Stadium on Sunday we see the Newcastle Jets play Adelaide United. The Newcastle Jets left it late but came from behind in the F3 derby in Gosford. While Cooper's Jordan Elsey was sent off and Adelaide couldn't hold off the Wanderers, so they had to settle for a draw. In the last couple of weeks, Adelaide have failed to be clinical, taking 48 shots in the last 3 weeks, with only 14 of those on target, converting only 2 into goals. These attacking stats are appalling, and if Adelaide want to compete with the top 4, they will need a quality attacker who can convert chances. The Jets finally look like they've gotten into their groove with star striker Roy O'Donovan back. He made some good runs in the derby but still appeared a bit rusty. With more matches played, he should improve, and I expect him to score at least 1 in the next 2 games. This game sees the 3rd worst scoring team play the 4th worst scoring team, so hopefully they can put these stats behind them and start to score some goals. I think the Jets are heading in the right direction and the season should start to improve. While Adelaide just need to finish their chances to compete with the top 4, but I think Roy O'Donovan should score in a 1-0 win for the Jets as Adelaide miss even more chances to win a game. The last game of 2018 sees Central Coast Mariners face the apparently not invincible Perth Glory. Perth Glory are coming off their first loss, which in my opinion was very controversial. Andrew Redmayne should have worn some goggles in NRB Stadium, taking a dive to make sure Sydney won. Well, Central Coast Mariners started off the F3 derby brilliantly, but the second half came too soon, giving the Jets a chance to calm down and take charge of the game, which they did really well. Matty Simons scored again and is now 2 goals off equalising last season's top scorer, with Blake Powell with 4 goals. So while Central Coast Mariners are trying to claw their way off the foot of the table, the Glory are trying to claw themselves back to the top spot. Perth Glory will be looking to get back to winning ways to end this year off on a high, while Central Coast Mariners will be hoping to get their first win since February 23rd this year. The Mariners need to give something back to their loyal fans after sitting through 311 days on New Year's Eve of suffering. As a Mariners fan myself, it has been awful. However, I'm positive things will get better eventually. While the Mariners are way overdue for a win and have their home crowd cheering them on, unfortunately I still think the Mariners will have to wait a while before they get 3 points again. I think Perth will win this one 2-1. First game of 2019 and the last game of round 10 this week is the Wanderers versus Melbourne City. City equalising in the 92nd minute of the Melbourne derby, while the Wanderers' equaliser came a bit earlier against Adelaide in the 61st minute. Unfortunately for the Wanderers, since the Mariners game, they haven't picked up 3 points. They did play Sydney FC, but Adelaide went down to 10 men and unfortunately Wanderers couldn't capitalise. So Wanderers will be hoping to start this year off with 3 points and hopefully moving closer to the top 6. While Melbourne City continue to pick up results whether they deserve the points or not, it's easy to win when you're on top of a game, but getting points while playing poor is a good skill to have. Melbourne City's defence is equal best in the league, with Perth only conceding 9 goals, but the Wanderers' attack should test them, hitting the back of the net in their last 3 appearances, scoring 5 goals. The City defence must keep an eye on Oreo Riera, who has scored twice in his last 2 games, while Melbourne City don't have an out-and-out goal scorer on form. They just score goals. I think this game will end in a 1-1 draw to start this year of 2019 off. These are just my predictions. Let me know your predictions for round 10 in the comments below. Also, I'm getting started on the Asian Cup predictions part 2, so keep an eye out for that. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It would really help me out. Have a great New Year's and bye.